What is going on, everyone? I'm coming at you with some more One Piece gameplay, and today's matchup is a bit different as we don't generally play Whitebeard on the channel, but we are playing him after the nerfs to see, what his viability's like and how he plays. And we're matched up against Katakuri. Katakuri's deck that has seen a rise in popularity due to the nerfs to Whitebeard, so we'll see how it fares. Both sides are going to start off with some searchers. We're going to see a Nami and a Pudding played down, both searching the top 5 of the deck. And then going first, Whitebeard, I feel like is a bit weaker than going second, but we do have plays like we do have Nico Robin, and I do think the combination of Crossfire and Nico Robin is very strong. You can get rid of a lot of bodies on board for minimal cost later on in the game. We're going to see a Parasparrow come down after a swing at life here, and I think as leader here for Whitebeard, you just kind of take more swings now. So we're going to see Otama come down, and then a Robin to pop this Parasparrow, investing 2 Dawn to kill it essentially, and we're getting a swing at leader here. Didn't see what they revealed there off the Parasparrow, but looks like they're going to opt to counter out of the swing. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to pay 2 for a Fossa, and then 1 for an Ezo to look at the top 5, just refill our hand a little bit. And we're going to grab a Thatch off of that because that's going to be a nice turn next turn. And then also we should be able to protect our Robin this turn, which I think is ideal. But we're going to swing leader here, and they're going to opt to take it, bring them down to 4 life here. We're going to take the last life here, so we're down to 2 life with Whitebeard, but I think with Whitebeard, again, you get such a massive hand size that you can really go down to 0 life, especially in this matchup. We're going to see a swing from the Katakuri here, and we're going to block with Fossa, protecting this Robin for another turn, which we can now use to just kind of get rid of threats on board as they're played. We're going to see a Pudding swing here, and we're going to counter out with another Fossa from our hand, and they're going to play another Parasparrow. So Parasparrow's coming down, refilling the hand for our opponent here. We're going to swing our Nami at the Pudding here to see if they'll take it down, and then we'll swing Robin at life for 5 here, just again poke away here. And they're going to get a Charlotte's Moon trigger off that, which is pretty unfortunate. So we're going to play a Thatch here, and we're going to pass turn without swinging, just because we didn't want to trigger anything. Yeah, I think we want to pressure life a little bit, but I think our thought process, we didn't want to trigger anything. So we decided not to. They're going to swing Parasparrow at the Robin here, which is okay. Robin's going to go down, and then Charlotte Smoothie is going to swing at life here, which we're going to take, and this kind of turns off any of the shenanigans from Yellow. It doesn't really make them feel good to play things like Big Mom. We are going to counter out of the Smoothie swing, and they'll pass turn back to us, so we're down to no life now. But we have a ton of cards in hand, and we do have a Thatch on board, which is a fairly big threat. And I think we're going to opt to just focus on clearing the board here. So we're going to swing at leader. They're going to 2k out of it. And then we're going to swing at Smoothie with the Thatch here to pop it, which does feel good. Especially when, like, Thatch is like such a big body on board that's really hard to justify swinging over him. These vanillas and Whitebeard just feel really great because you're a 6 life leader. So we're gonna go ahead and pay 7 here for an ace to minus the Parasparrows, and then we're gonna swing Ezo over the 1 Parasparrow, and they're going to let it go, and they're gonna pick up a card off of that, and then we're going to swing life, bring them down to 2 life, and we're going to pass turn. And we are having the Nami up here. So it does keep us alive for some late game plays, and our board is looking pretty good. It's going to be pretty hard for our opponent to swing over anything right now. Thatch is 8, Ace is 7, and our leader is 6. So they basically have to invest 3 Dawn just to swing at our leader. So that only really gives them 7 Dawn to play the rest of their turn if they want to go aggressive. They're going to swing Parasparrow at the Ezo, which takes a swing off of the board. Then they're going to swing 6 at leader here, which we're going to opt to counter out with a Nami. I think we've seen all of the cards that we need to see in the Straw Hat variety. We're going to see a Charlotte Pudding play down, and they're going to grab another card that we did not see. I believe it was a Galette that they grabbed off of that. This list is playing Charlotte Galettes, which I don't see a ton in Katakuri lists. I'm not sure how good it is, but it's a card that they're playing. And it's a card that's kind of annoying to play around, just because, again, blockers can be kind of annoying. And we're going to see a fairly big swing here. It looks like 10k at leader. So we're going to pay 2 for a Crossfire, and then we're also going to pitch a Jozu and then we're going to see a Charlotte Galette ×2 come down. So these Charlotte Galettes are very annoying. They are cards that, you know, feel pretty rough. Fire Fist would be incredibly good right here if we had one, because we could potentially push lethal, but we're going to go ahead and swing at the board here. We're going to swing Thatch at Parasparrow, reveal top 3. Don't see what they grab. I think it was a 2K. I'm not 100% sure. We're going to swing 7 at 5 here. Again, force 2 cards out or a blocker is the goal here. Reveal top 3 again. They've gotten to see all 4 of their Parasparrows, so that's been really good for them. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, I think, and just set aside some Dawn for some counter events. We're going to go ahead and use 3 Dawn to swing 9 at leader here. And again, they're going to force 2 2Ks or they're going to take it. And then we're going to go ahead and play our 1-of blocker Marco. Nice little alternate art Marco. Really pretty, but can't really see it right now just because of the camera, which I do apologize for, everyone. I know it's a bit blurry. We tried filming in cinematic mode and it just didn't... it looks cool, but it's a bit blurry on the edges. Our opponent's going to start off with a pudding here to reveal top 5. Huge hand on the side of Katakuri right now. Getting whitebeard-esque, honestly. But the problem is there's some dead cards in hand. Big Mom in there, we see definitely a dead card. We're going to see a 6K swing, which we're going to counter out of from the pudding here. No need for that to go through. We're going to see a 7K swing at leader here, which will block with Marco, and then we'll use his effect to pitch Whitebeard, because it's too late for Whitebeard. And then we're going to see a smoothie play down. So we're looking like we're in a pretty good spot right now. We can get our opponent probably down to either their last life being pitched or at least get rid of their blockers. So that's kind of the goal on this turn here. And now we're just going to set aside some Dawn just to make sure that we have enough for our counter events in our hand. So I think on this turn, there's like 2 ways that you can approach it. You can just go all in on their life and just force them to lose all their bodies. So we're going to swing 8 with Thatch. They're going to block here. And then we're going to swing 8 again with Ace, which they're then going to block again. And based on their hand, we're seeing it. It looks like there's 5 2Ks in hand. So I was thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, do I swing 10 here with my Whitebeard? Do I swing 9? Like, they're still going to have to pitch the same amount of cards for a 9 or a 10. So, like, it basically guarantees that we're going to get a pretty good amount of cards out of hand here. But we don't want our opponent to bait us into anything. So we're going to swing Atama into the pudding just to see what they're going to do. If that gets a card out of hand, it gets a card out of hand, but they're not going to opt to do that. And so what we're going to do is we're going to swing with our Whitebeard just so that we can either force the last card out of hand or, sorry, the last card out of life, or force a fair bit of cards out of their hand. Looking at their life here, wanted to see how many 2Ks were in there, and there weren't many, so we're basically thinking that there's like 4 or 5 2Ks in hand. So we're going to swing 10 at life here, which again, it takes 3 cards out of hand if they want to counter out of it. But it basically means that our opponent has to win the next turn if they either counter out of it, or if they decide to take it. So they're on a clock right now, and the benefit of this swing is that it turns off smoothie if they take it. So now we're in a position where they can't pump up their smoothie as much, which makes our turn defensively a lot easier as Whitebeard. We have our Marco, and they don't have a ton of way of doing anything to him. They can play an 8-drop Katakuri, but that's not going to do enough because then they'll only have 2 Dawn left and it's going to be easy. They're going to swing 9 at leader here, and we're going to opt to counter out of it here. And we're just doing some math, it looks like. So we're going to guard point and 2K with a Jozu. So we get out of that swing there, and we still have our Marco swing. So even if they decide to put like 2 Dawn under their Katakuri and then like the rest of it under the under their pudding, we still can't lose, and then they just lose the game. Alternatively, if they decide to swing everything under Katakuri, we could block with Marco and then go from there. So they're going to swing 9 with Katakuri. We're going to block with Marco, and we're not going to bring it back. And they're going to play a Charlotte Galette here. And so what we're going to do is, we know they have a massive amount of cards in hand, but we're sitting on 2 Machino in hand right now. So it's a play that I think Whitebeard loves to do. It's sit on those Machinos until the very end of the game, and then one of those 1-drops just comes out of nowhere and swings for like 8 or 9. So we're going to swing 8 with Thatch here. Again, that's going to force 2 cards out of hand, 2 2Ks. So we're gonna get a Strusen and a Strusen coming out of hand. And then we're gonna swing 9 with Ace, again, to force 3 cards out of hand. And then we're gonna swing, I think we end up swinging 11 with leader here, just to force out the blocker. We're swinging 10 with leader here. Yeah, that's what we're gonna swing. They force the blocker out here, and then we pay 2, double Makino, and swing 10 with our Nami, and that's gonna be game. Nami coming in clutch. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, Monty out.